Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. Your makeup is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. I did
No,
like
it's so nice. Did you do anything to your lips?
to my list, I just put like Charlotte Tilbury, like a little bit of
That's
sparkle.
what it is. It's the
Yeah,
Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Charlotte
always,
Tilbury.
always. That's
It
funny
looks great.
because I was obviously looking at TikToks of you, and you always compliment like who you's talking to before you start.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're worthy of a compliment, you deserve a compliment, you know?
Yeah, you're just like a really nice person too, which is nice.
I try to just be a decent human being. That's the bar.
Killing
Decent human being.
it. Okay, so we have My Little Pony, Make Your Mark. Did you ever think that you would be an animated pony?
No, no. It's absolutely wild. My animation career so far for voiceover has been pretty like childhood fulfilling,
Right.
considering that like first it was Pixar, and that was a childhood dream to work for Pixar. But now also working for My Little Pony. I loved My Little Pony as a kid. I'm gonna be honest. I loved it. And now I get to have a pony.
That's
That's
insane.
insane.
Yeah. And you can just watch it forever. And it's just your voice. Like it's
It's
just
just my voice talking. It's like, who let my voice? Sometimes, like, when I'm watching it, it feels like I'm watching like a regular animation show, and then my voice comes in, and it's just like, oh,
yeah,
that's,
it's gotta be so weird.
yeah, it is a little weird, but hey, she does it.
Do you like the pink mohawk and blue streak in there?
I love it. I love like on like a personal side, I love it because it's just like fun. I love just the color scheme, the white, pink, and like light turquoise. I like that. But I also like just in general how they've designed all the ponies because they
Yeah.
all look so different. Like in My Little Pony, like, history of their designs. Um, there's never really been like a female pony that looks like Zip,
Yeah.
with like the mohawk like that as like one of the main ponies.
Hmm.
So it's nice to have that as like a representation for like kids to see and be like, wow, that's a cool style. I
Yeah.
like that.
And when you found out like you were Zip, were you excited that this was kind of gonna be the pony that you are compared to the other ones?
I'm gonna be honest, yeah. I'm gonna be so honest. I mean, I love Sunny, the alicorn because I love alicorns. I mean, like they're sick. They have like super dope powers. They're a unicorn and Pegasus and Earth Pony all wrapped into one. So who wouldn't want that? I will say I love Izzy's like she's the unicorn with like all the blue hair. I
Yeah.
like her long hair. But I will say, as soon as I saw like Zip's cutie mark with like the lightning bolt and the crown, I'm like, oh yeah,
It makes sense.
you're the cool pony.
You're
You're
cool.
definitely the cool pony. I want to be the cool
I
pony.
will take the cool pony. That's fine. I
I
can.
guess I'll be the one that's the coolest.
Coolest.
I mean, they're all great.
And okay, so Zip's known also to be athletic and good with science. So are
Yeah.
you athletic?
Neither.
Yeah,
Literally neither. I no. I have started taking dance classes though, so that's cool.
getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. But definitely on the science standpoint, I sucked at science when I was in school. I dropped it as soon as I could
Yep.
because you just know your strengths and weaknesses. You know your strengths and weaknesses. I think in that way, I think I'm most like Izzy, just for like the creativity, the arts and crafts of it all, and like Pip in the sense of like performing, singing, dancing, like as in like just being a performer. But I appreciate Zip's detective skills. That I like. I like to think I'm a good detective. I can solve things.
And
Yeah.
find things on Instagram, like if you're like wondering about things, you can be like a detective, like the FBI agent, like you can go find.
Exactly. Exactly. I will find you a name, an address, and a place. It'll be great.
And do you remember the last sport besides dance that you played?
The last sport.
Or did you play any sports?
I did theater in high school because I knew I wasn't gonna be on a sports team. It truly, like, I knew sports was not an option for me. But I've been wanting to get back into it. But before when I was younger, I used to do kickboxing.
Oh,
I really, yeah, see, that sort of came out of left field. I see this now. But yeah, that's not something that many people know about me. But I do love kickboxing.
there you go.
Yeah.
or Zipp in like an episode if you rewrite one. She's just
Yeah.
kickboxing.
Yeah, she's got like just gloves on her hooves. That'd be great. I don't know how she'd walk, but
It's
she'll
fine.
figure it out. It's Zip.
And okay, so the title is Make Your Mark, and you've obviously made it so many different times with all the shows that you've been in and everything like that. But what would you say for your like personal level? When do you think you've most made your mark in your real life?
Ooh, okay, okay. On a personal level. Okay, I have two. Can I say two? Is that okay?
You're allowed.
Um,
You're allowed.
I will say in my career, a moment that I was like, whoa, I just did that was when I was on the cover of Time magazine for the Time 100 and like I was in the category of like most influential. I was like,
Oh, this is probably a big deal.
whoa, whoa. So that was definitely a mark made. Because I was just very like, it wasn't just about Never Have I Ever. It wasn't about like just about a project. It was also just about me as a person in the sense of like all the activism that I like to do and just like what I am as a human being. So that was definitely a moment. The other moment would be actually in high school, well before Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
And it was I rarely ever feel proud of myself, which is not a good thing. It's not something that should be glamorized. Being over humble is not good.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you enough credit, and then that's bad. So I've tried to work on it now, but in high school, I rarely ever felt proud of myself. But it was in grade 12, and I finished like our theater exam. And at that point, I was in the musical. I did like regular plays. I did like a lead role. I did like the supporting role. I directed a play. I wrote a play. So I did it all by the time I graduated from like the beginning of high school to the end. And I had this moment where I was like, huh, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually like I like said it in my head, but I was like, I am talented.
I really did that.
Yeah, and it's sort of like at least for me, and I can imagine for many, it's hard to say that to yourself and like believe it. And that was one of the times like as a young adult where I was like believing I'm a talented person.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah,
sick. Also, that you had like when you're going through high school and the motions and everything like that, like high school sucks sometimes, or like high school can be great, but like the fact that you like were able to do that and now the huge career like you were on in time is like that's insane.
yeah,
Clearly everything just like paid off. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, exactly.
it's insane. But congratulations on the time thing too, because I mean I obviously saw it, but I was like, oh my God, literally
Thank
killing.
you, thank you, thank you.
And of course, our audience does love Never Have I Ever. So when you are like when you get a project and the project comes out, like with My Little Pony, do you think that your castmates will text you and be like, "Hey, loved it." Like, how do you guys keep in touch and talk about like when other people are doing good things?
Yeah, I mean, my Never Have I Ever fam, they were all there when I was like, we were all in the middle of filming when like the first My Little Pony special came out on Netflix. So like the first part of like Make Your Mark, they saw it and they were like, "No way, Maitreyi's a pony. You guys see this? She's a pony." And like I see them all pulling up like Netflix on their phones and like like trying to find Zip talking and stuff. They're like, "No way, she's a pony. Look at her. She's got wings." I'm like, that's how animation works, guys. So everyone's always super supportive, and I like to support, them too and all like their endeavors and achievements because that's the nice thing to do. And then the My Little Pony gang, almost like so I would film and then also record at the same time. And every time I would go for a recording, I think like between just everyone in the crew, like doing all the sound and like recording itself, but also like my cast mates as well, the rest of the main five ponies, always love to debate if they're Team Ben or Team Paxton, what
Oh
they want for Davy, who's their favorite characters. They're like, wait, when's the next season? Okay, no, no, no. Maitreyi, explain to me why does Davy do this? Is this character coming back? And I'm like, guys, I know you want spoilers. Hell, I'll even give it to you, but I know you don't want them. And they're like, yeah, we don't want them. So I love being a part of both families that are just very supportive.
and worlds colliding. Like it's fun that they're like, My Little Pony's watching and like vice versa.
I mean, AJ Bridle and Jenna Warren, who voice Pip and Sunny from My Little Pony, actually came out to LA to come to the Never Have I Ever season 3 premiere. That was so nice of them. It
That's
was so wild. I was like, There's no way. No way you guys just did that.
They
That
surprised
was very kind of
you or
them.
you kind of knew?
Hmm?
They surprise you? Like you didn't
No, no,
know?
no, no, no. They messaged me that they were coming, and I was like, what? Like we're all Canadian, right? So like they really just flew out from Toronto to LA to celebrate season 3. And I was like, oh, that's so nice of you guys.
And we are going to support our girl.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So that was very kind of them.
If you were to create a new pony, so it
Oh
could be
God.
Zip or just another pony in general, you had the power to create a pony. What would the pony look like? What would would the pony be a kickboxer? Would they be a
My
theater?
moment. Oh my God. What? Okay. Obviously an alicorn. I want all the powers, okay? We're power tripping here, okay? An alicorn. I want to go for a dark color scheme, you know? Sort of like I don't know. I don't no, no. I don't want to base my character off of like a pre-existing one. No. I want to be totally unique. The dark edgy color scheme, alicorn, and like the cutie mark would be something super cool. Like I'm like thinking of emojis and
Like,
like I'm thinking about like random things. Like I'm thinking about like the most randomest of emojis. Like, you know what'd be cool? A little like gamer pony.
that would
I
actually that would
Yeah, I want like a cool dark like color scheme gamer pony, and like the little like icon on the butt, like the little cutie mark can be like, you know, that little like video game asteroids looking emoji, the purple,
yeah.
like
Oh yeah. I don't know how,
something like that.
but I know exactly what you're
You
talking
know
about.
what I'm talking about? It's supposed to look like Space Invader's little alien guy, right? Something like that. That would be cool. And they would just be like really into video games.
So
Yeah.
random. It's just like
Yeah.
love that.
I love video games. That's why I'm picking that.
What is it? Peach?
Yeah, yeah. I cosplayed as Princess Peach.
Yeah, that's what was that at Comic-Con? Where did you do
Fan
that?
Expo. Fan Expo.
Gotcha. Did anyone recognize you? Like, did
Um,
people?
yes, some did. Some definitely did. A lot of like younger kids, like a lot of like young boys and girls noticed me
Yeah,
instantly. And it was like, damn, kids have sharp eyes. Like,
they're
damn.
good. It's like even when the like depths of the pandemic, people would be like, "Oh no, that's her," and you're like, "I
Yeah.
this is a hat and a mask," and you still know it's me.
Oh, people, I went to a concert the other day and I had my mask on the entire time, and people recognized me from my eyes. And I'm like, it's not like they could hear me.
Yeah.
Like, Lil Nas X is like blasting right now. There's no way you can hear me. And they could just see my eyes. I'm like, okay, I didn't know I had like unique eyes. I don't think I do at all, but okay.
Okay, we're gonna do a little game before we wrap. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's two scenarios, and then you'll pick which one.
Okay, like this or that. Okay. This or that.
FaceTime or text?
Text. I don't want FaceTime. That's too much.
Love
Too
it.
much attention.
It's very intimate. Binge watch the series or watch one episode like at a time?
But okay, binge watch, but like with my full focus. Like I can't like binge watch and put in the background. I need to like focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gifts of affirmation or physical touch?
Ooh, see, I'm a quality time gal.
You're like neither.
I'm a quality time gal. Neither. I like quality time. I don't need gifts, but I'm also like not a touchy person.
Okay, quality time.
No, I don't know why I did this, but that's too much. I like quality time.
Yeah. Go out or stay in?
Go out. I like to go out on the town.
Fan comments or fan DMs? Which one are you reading more?
Ooh, definitely fan comments. I read more fan comments than I do DMs because
Deep in the
sometimes those DMs can be a little much. They can be a lot. And she tries to protect her mental health. So yeah, fan comments.
TikTok edits or IG edits of you?
Ooh, that's a trick question because half of IG reels are just from TikToks. So we'll go with TikToks because I know everyone's just reposting a TikTok into a reel. Let's be real. I do it. So
It's easier. Just kill two birds with one stone.
much easier.
Um, Never have I ever My Little Pony. It's obviously a trick question.
That's so cruel. Neither. No, I'm kidding. Both. Both. I love them both. Who would I rather be though? I want to be Zipp. I'd rather have like it'd be cool to be a detective pony. That'd
Zipp,
be cool.
ever next season. There's just like an animated like pony walking around like the
I
show.
feel I feel it's interesting because I mean like Zipp deals with like saving magic and like protecting pony lives. Davy deals with the chaos that she brings upon herself.
Yeah, so
Both somehow seem like high stakes.
that's why we just need to come together. It'll be great.
Bring them together.
Love it. Well, thank you so much. You're really the best. Like you're so nice and you're fun and you're funny. So
Thank you. Thank you. Right back at you. It was really nice talking to you.